So in this video we are going to cover a process to get started creating videos on YouTube which involve very little editing. The idea is to mainly focus on the skill of the creator rather than on the post-production. And so this is a video series where I'm making the same video over and over and over, but each time trying to improve something. The idea is simple. I want to show you how you can walk through it and step by step improve your skill as a creator just by following along. And so if you already watched the video that I did before, I have put timestamp in the description in order for you to go ahead and just watch what I did in this current video. But mainly what we are going to do is cover what we already did, then what this video is and what I did differently from the last one, and finally we will cover what we are going to do next and finish with some call to action. First, we did the title and thumbnail, because on the first video my idea was simple. I just want to make it raw, no edit, talking on top of my head without trying to just to rely on anything. Because the first thing you need to understand is it doesn't matter how good your video is. If nobody is clicking on it, it just doesn't matter. And when you are getting started, you're not going to get any views anyway. So you matter focusing first on the title and thumbnail is basically the most important part, where don't spend much time on the video part, spend more time understanding how to create a good thumbnail, a good title. But what I think also is you don't need to get overboard with it, because don't try to do some catchy clickbaity stuff where when you are getting started, this is also something that you need to be coherent with where you are in your journey as a creator. And so if you start making promise that that you cannot hold, you will start deteriorating your reputation as you are trying to build it. So that's not really the point here. So let's just keep simple and stupid. Let's just follow the basic principle of what makes a good thumbnail and leave it there. Just make sure to have a signature that people can rely on, and when they see that, they recognize that this is you, and they know that if they like your content, they will watch it again, they will click on the video immediately without thinking about it. So the first thing about the thumbnail is just show your face, and then like I did on my first few videos, where you have a part where you have your face and then another part where the background is very neat and you can put text on top of it, which is going to make the text pop and make it clear what the message here. Well, how I did it here is I put a gradient where actually it was transparent on the right side and darker and darker, and even black on this side. And that way the text was popping up a lot, and as well having different color for the different part of the text you're putting on the thumbnail help to just make it pop a little more and and catch the viewer attention. Then you have the title. Honestly, the title is mainly about telling people what they are going to get out of the video, what is the outcome that they want. Because most of the time, what you as an expert who is trying to explain some topic, you have these things that you want to teach people that those people don't know about. And what happens is there is a discrepancy between where people are and what you want to teach them. And the idea of the title is focusing on where they are at currently. Then the video is about bridging the gap between where they are at and what you want to teach them. And so you do that by just having a clear, concise title, focusing on what they want and what they know, their desired outcome, and make it clear, concise, and also keep it on one line. That way it's neat, and also it forces you to be concise and straight to the point. Next, what we did on last video. Exactly, because the one before was 2 videos, and this video is the third one, so the previous one was just the one before. And so what we did is simply adding a structure to it, because on the first video I talked straight through, thing on top of my mind without any structures. And so of course there is going to be a lot of rambling, there is going to be the flow of the video will not be that great. Then on the last one, I just took a piece of paper and write down the structure you're seeing right there. And the idea is simple. You use a structure of storytelling. You don't need to get overly complex with that. In the future, you might want to create a full script that details each and every single line. But for now, just having the good structure, an intro, where you focus on explaining, on setting the viewer expectation. Then you have the setup, the first act, which lays the foundation of what is going to come, build anticipation of the information you are trying to deliver. Then you have the rising action, when you start delivering, providing value, making people realize they have made a good choice choosing that video because you're actually delivering valuable insight and explaining things clearly. This is where, as I said, you are bridging the gap from where they are to what you want to explain to them. And finally, this is the climax where you over-deliver, you bring them on the other side where you have the valuable item. And during the act 1 and 2, the setup and rising action, you have explained, you have made them aware of the problem, you have made them aware of the solution, and now they are ready to actually get the highly valuable things that you want to explain. And when you reach this climax, when they are pumped up because they have learned something valuable that they like, and that they find very interesting, then this is a time where you're smoothly transitioning toward making them watch another video. This is a call to action. This is where, at the moment of excitement, you are transitioning, so they want to take action because they have gained value, they had got a good experience from your videos, and so this is a perfect time to then smoothly transition for them to watch another of your videos. And yes, that means before you start making your video, you need to think about what the next videos you need to watch going to be, so you can transition smoothly toward it. And so, what did I do in this video that is different from last one? Well, I guess you have you've probably guessed so far. This is those slides. Those Google slides that I have used were to add visual, because until now I was just talking. Minimal visual, the only visual I used in the last video was actually showing the title and thumbnail as they are on the YouTube page, just to illustrate. But we need to go a bit further, and the idea is not to add more editing, because as I said in my last video, this is about building your skill as a creator. The editing part, once you start getting established, start making money with your YouTube and so on, you will be able to hire an editor. You don't need to build those skills, because later you will delegate it anyway. But an editor can only take you so far. The raw production that you are delivering is the raw material the editor is going to work on. And this is the part where you are providing the most value. This is the main skill, the core skill of a content creator, the production aspect, being able to have a production that then can be translated into good editing, and that will make a video overall really good. So this is 50-50, the content creator, the editor. But for now, this is only you. You don't have the money, so focus on your content creation skill. And so, as I said, the idea is not to add editing. I want to keep the process of making this video as simple, as straightforward as possible, so you can produce quick video with good quality, but in large volume. To win in the YouTube game, you need two things: good quality video, but also a lot of volume. And when you're getting started, the quality is restrained by your skill and the fact that you don't have an editor. So the part where you can compete is the volume, producing every single day. And you can only do that if you have a process to make videos that is fast, efficient, that doesn't require a ton of editing. Because editing can to be very, very, very time consuming, especially if you are getting started like you. So don't go down that trap. Make sure that what you are doing is highly scalable, that you are doing things direct from the production. So when then you are going to the computer and start editing, this is taking a very little amount of time. And to do that, here is my process that I did with this. So I have my Google slide and I record my computer. I record my screen that I have right here. And then this is going to be easy. At the beginning of the video, I just clap 2 times in my hand. That way the audio of the camera and the audio of the computer will have this clap. And that way, this is very easy to sync the two at the same, in the editing process. You just use the 2 files, find where the clap are, and you sync it. Boom, basta, that's over. Then what I did is actually I built my PowerPoint thinking about how I wanted to show the content of the slide on the screen, because there is the basic way to do it, which is just you put yourself on a corner, a little round here, then you have the slide that is covering the overall thing. So that's really the basic stuff, but we can do better than that. So what I did is I just imagined, okay, so maybe I don't want to be a little here. I want to take a little bit more space so you can see me better. And also there isn't that much information per slide. So maybe I can just, you know what, stick the information on one part of the slide, and so then I can crop it and display it on one side or the other. And so that way I can switch back and forth, making the video a little bit more interesting. That doesn't require a lot of editing. Just cut every time there is a channel slide and you just sweep up the... Honestly, in terms of editing, that's very simple. That doesn't take a lot of time at all. So this is what I did. You build your slide and you record your computer and you think ahead about how things are going to look like. And that probably really minimum editing, as I said. The only 2 things you need to do is first sync the 2 audio, and you do that by clapping on your hand. And then this is about just cropping the slide, making it look good. You don't have to spend a lot of time, but something that you say, okay, I like it. So, what coming next? Well, I think it's time that we are starting to work on the audio, because for now, I wanted to make it very simple, just use the camera audio, but it sounds like beep. Anyway, so we are going to focus on that, starting introducing some microphone, very cheap microphone. I'm going to show you that you can buy for less than, I think, 20 or 30 bucks. That's really affordable. And maybe also adding some background music and so on, trying to make the audio look better. Anyway, so thanks you for watching, and go watch the next video, because this is what we are going to do.